And you're still watching Prime Morning as a Wednesday. And anytime we come your way on a Wednesday, you know what we bring your way. We bring you conversations that will get you talking. Now, this morning, we have a man who has been a part of the NPP for a long time. Now, he says he eats and breathes NPP. If I ever have a blade and I cut him, he will bleed the colors of the NPP. He is the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, and he has carried this position so well. So far, so amazing. He's here to tell us more about what is happening in the NPP. Now, for the past, probably 3-4 days, the NPP has been the talk of town because Professor Frimpong-Boateng has brought the NPP into the minds, top of minds of the people, and also 17 days for the NPP to elect their next flag bearer. Now, in 2023, they gave the mantle to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Will they do same in 2026, or it's going to be a different thing altogether? The leadership of the party have a lot to say. Good morning, Haruna Mohammed.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am fine, Rosalie.
It's good to have you here, I must say.
Yeah, it's my first time of the year to be here. The first station for me to attend on multimedia is Joy Prime for the year 2026.
Okay, that's nice. And so talking about that, I would say we are privileged to have you then. And how has your new year been?
Oh, New Year has been some hectic moment because I've been in the farm to make sure that I get my farm.
Oh, what are you farming?
House. I farm maize, rice, and soya.
That's nice.
Yes. So except on Christmas Day, I was in the farm throughout, and sometimes I sleep in the farm.
Oh, wow. You should bring me some of your rice. I know I'll enjoy the rice.
Yes, it's very nice.
Yes. So bring me some rice next time then.
Sure.
How is the NPP?
The NPP is doing very well. We have remained a responsible opposition party, checking the NDC with the kind of promises they give to the people of Ghana and the failures, considering the fact that many people are crying because of the celebration of the New Year and the Christmas, and the promises that they have given. The last time I went for a TESCOM program in the College of Education, the students were telling me that, usually people call me Prof. Though I'm not a professor, they told me, they said, Prof, this time we are only taking 1 square meal a day as compared to the 3 square meals that we used to take.
In recent Ghana?
Yes. That's what is happening at the colleges of education.
Okay.
So we are being deteriorated to the sense that standard of living of our teachers is going down. The last time I sent my second born to the senior high school, we're not giving uniforms. We're asked to sew our own uniforms as compared to when I sent my firstborn during His Excellency Nanado's time. They gave us 2 sets of uniforms and then also giving them textbooks, including laptops to be used. So many things are there to be talked of. And once we are in Ghana, we remain a responsible opposition party to keep the government on check. And
talking about that, as you're keeping the government on check, are you keeping your party members on check as well?
Yes, that is why the rules of the game, the rules of the party's constitution is called to order when somebody goes out of order.
And I think recent times, it looks like the party leadership wants to make sure that they enforce the rules and regulations of the party with regards to Professor Frimpong-Boateng.
Certainly, because the last time we met at the National Council, we had a first meeting with the National Executive Committee, which is the neck of the party. We proceeded to the National Council. We considered the view of giving amnesty to persons who are before disciplinary committees who have been suspended in one way or other. Those who are still in the process have not yet completed. We granted amnesty and cautioned the rest of the members of the party. The powers were given to the National Party to crack the whip on people who will certainly come out with indisciplined measures or anti-party behavior. So people will be asking, why are we starting now? We had given amnesty and we had given caution to people, but some other people decide that no, they would not stay true to the rules of the game. And when they cross the line, certainly the party will issue such statements and guide them through the constitutional procedure.
Has the party contacted him?
In these particular circumstances, the party doesn't need to contact him with what he has said because he himself admittedly said on the interview that he doesn't consider himself as a member of the party.
Professor Frimpong-Boateng?
Yes, that's why he said that he is in the NPP, that is the virtual NPP. And if you check out the Electoral Commission, there is no NPP that has been registered virtually with the Electoral Commission. There is only one corporate body, NPP, which is the New Patriotic Party, with the elephant as the symbol. And certainly, with his description, that is not the NPP he belongs. It means that he has moved. So we need to also facilitate his movement if he has not found a desire to have triggered an aspect of the Constitution to resign by himself. Then we are triggering an aspect of the Constitution, Article 391, and also relying on Article 444 of the party's Constitution to expel him from the party.
So you are willing as a party to expel Professor Frimpong-Boateng from the party?
We are very certain. We are certain we've taken the decision and he's going to be expelled.
But he says nobody can expel him from the party.
That is his view, but we are going to expel him.
Okay. What did he say that actually merited that?
Every member of the party in Article 3 is supposed to hold the party in high esteem, defend the party, portray the good name of the party, either publicly or in any particular gathering. You can certainly go and sit down and describe the party you belong as fake. Immediately you come out and say your mother is fake, it means that you need to look for your mother. If you say your father is fake, you need to look for your father. It means that it's not the person that has given birth to you. So once you consider the NPP as fake, then you yourself, if you continue to be there, you are fake yourself. So once that description comes from him, and he was very certain, emphatic, he didn't mince his words. And he went further to say he doesn't consider himself as a member. So these are matters that are considered as misconduct. And misconduct in our party is supposed to be handled with those particular provisions that I have outlined and put out. And that's why my boss, the General Secretary, who himself is a lawyer, has penned his signature to a document that is being circulated of how we are going to expel him from the party.
If I'm not mistaken, about 8 months ago, Honorable Adjoa Safo came out to actually speak against the party, said so many things that had happened to her, and she wasn't happy about it. The party did not expel her. You rather invited her for a conversation. Why are you not doing the same for Professor Frimpong-Boateng?
Yes, when she did that, the General Secretary came out with a letter referring her to the Disciplinary Committee. Every matter has a way you handle it. And in our Dagwani language, we say something that Janbi Kamal Malada Babushi, that if you have a walking stick, every walking stick has where you have to hold it. Her crime during that particular period was for her to be referred to the Disciplinary Committee, where we refer that to the disciplinary proceedings in Article 4 of our party's Constitution. But in this particular matter, it is considered to be a misconduct that is expected to be expelled.
That was not a misconduct against the party?
That misconduct was supposed for her to be heard, for her to be taken through the procedure.
You don't think Professor Frimpong-Boateng
for him,
should be
his
heard?
own cannot be heard.
Why?
Because he said he doesn't consider himself as a member again. Okay. So we could have also used Article 3, the current new constitution in Article 3, Article 3.8 of the party's constitution for a forfeiture. We could have used that one, but we want to facilitate his...
What does a 3.8 say?
It's a forfeiture. Once you say you are not longer a member, just as Dr. Nyaho Tamakulo, he said he's no longer a member of the party. He said so on 14th of October 2023, when he said he is a former member of the party, with the emergence of John Mahama as within the NDC cycles. So once he has said that he's no longer a member, that one, there's no negotiation. You completely forfeit your membership. We don't even need to write to you. We only do so in certain instances to make the general public aware that this is the stance of these particular individuals, as we did in the case of Yabo Abina Samoa, as we did in the case of Boniface and the others, Hobson and Co. These were just public statements to reaffirm the position of the party. Once you indicated that you are no longer a member of the party, or you support an independent candidate or another political party, you are free and you are no longer a member of the party.
So, effective when is he being expelled?
The party will issue a statement on that particular aspect. If there is the need for certain clarifications to be made, the General Secretary under his hand will issue a statement to that. But as we stand, there is no even for him to appear because he himself has clearly indicated that he's no longer. If he had remained at the fake, he would have been called to answer questions and be taken through procedure. But he proceeded to say that he is no longer a member of the party.
Some people are of the opinion that this is a personal vendetta. Now, we take a look at Professor Frimpong-Boateng, same person who brought a report about Galamsey against President Akufo-Addo then. And so there is some sort of hatred with regards to Professor Frimpong-Boateng. So the party has decided to get rid of him.
If we wanted to get rid of him because of the report, we would have taken him off during that particular
period. Does the Constitution merit that at that time?
I'm saying that if we wanted to get rid of him, we would have do so.
How would you have done that? Because if the Constitution doesn't say that him writing that actually merits that he will be expelled, then you couldn't have done that.
Because it did not merit for us to do that. Because you are making reference to that report, that because of that report, we have a personal hatred for him.
That's what people are saying, not
me. I have never met him in person. I never went to his office. I'm one party officer who, when we're in government, I don't go to minister's office. I don't go to people's offices. My duty was to be in the party headquarters and work. And anybody at all can attest to this particular part, except Parliament. After Parliament, the party and the parliamentary group works hand in hand. And I move into Parliament day in and day out, go back to party headquarters. And the second places I go is the media houses. I'll come here, I'll go so many places to explain the policies and programs of the party and government. So I have not met him. We don't have any personal dealing with him. I've never seen him with my boss. He has never come to the party headquarters for this. I don't even know whether he knows Jason Kodua because he himself personally said he has never met him. This is the General Secretary of the party, that he has never even met him. He was an appointee. That tells you, maybe John Boydu will also confirm, maybe he has never come to the party headquarters. So this is the man who is supposed to hold the party and be able to support the base of the party, who doesn't even know the General Secretary, has never met the General Secretary of the party. So in what personal view would we have against him? Akufo-Addo was the president. He was the one who removed him. He wrote the report about His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's not an executive of the party. He's not part of us who took the decision. We took the decision on the stance of the constitution of the party based on his own personal commentary. We couldn't have imported that commentary and deal with him. But he himself opted and elected himself to make those particular commentary. And we took a decisive decision to use the constitution of the party to expel him.
Fantastic. In your earlier submission, you did mention that there was going to be amnesty. Actually, there was amnesty. There was a letter granting amnesty to those who had been suspended and those who had even been expelled to come back to the party, right?
Yes, we had granted amnesty to people who have been suspended.
Okay.
And it excluded those who were forfeited. If you forfeit your membership, there is a clear procedure in the party's constitution as to how you come back. But when you are suspended, we can grant amnesty. So when we are granting the amnesty, you remember Adjoa Safo was before a disciplinary committee. You remember Abronye was before a disciplinary committee. You remember that Tamawuntumi was before a disciplinary committee. There were a host of others who were before a disciplinary committee for proceedings. And the General Secretary made those particular referrals. They have indeed
Hold
appeared.
on. I want us to go back to Abronye. I like that you brought him up, and I'll definitely have to ask you questions about it. We all saw on social media Abronye reply that he was not appearing before the disciplinary committee. He was not going to answer to the disciplinary committee, but you never expelled him.
He was called before the disciplinary.
So he came?
He came.
Abronye came?
Abronye came before the disciplinary committee.
Okay.
He came before the disciplinary committee.
Did he apologize for his actions?
I'm not a member of the disciplinary committee.
Okay.
He came before the disciplinary committee.
Okay.
So when we went ahead to give the amnesty, fortunately, they fell within the period in which the amnesty was being given. And the amnesty got them. After the amnesty was given, there was a clear-cut instruction that anybody who flouted the rule from that moment will be given the appropriate sanction. And that is why the General Secretary was very quick enough to come out with a statement of expelling Professor Frimpong. It's very unfortunate, but that is the decision.
Don't you think you need everybody at this time, especially if you want to get back into power?
We would have wished that every Ghanaian would have been supporting us as a political party. But because we have different shade of opinions and ideological differences, many people might not share the views of the New Patriotic Party. And he decides that he's no more going to share our views. And he's free to go. There is freedom of association. Whilst there is a freedom of speech, there is a limitation, because where your right ends is where somebody's responsibility starts from. So he has reached, he has crossed the limit, and we needed to apply the sanction within the party's constitution.
Okay.
We wish him well.
You wish him well?
Yes.
But you haven't expelled him yet. So
yeah, but as at now, I don't think there is something that is going to stop him from being expelled.
All right. Anyway, 17 days more?
Yes, 17 for us to have a very successful elections one day again, because we are the fortunate national executives to have organized 2 successive presidential primaries. We did so in November 2023, very successful. The elections committee had worked very tirelessly. This time they have worked, we have improved on what we did in the 2023. And I would want to say kudos to the elections committee and the party leadership for putting these particular processes through. We also want to thank the rank and file of the party for bearing with us, for taking the decision to have earlier presidential primaries to be able to get a candidate ahead of time and prepare towards wresting power from the incompetent NDC in 2028. So all the measures have been put through. We've set up an intra-party advisory committee, which you christened it as IPAC, within the Presidential Elections Committee. Membership of all aspirants have been put through. Is that 3 members or 2 members have been put through, and they have constant meetings as to how they deal with matters concerning the elections. Album issues were also being addressed by us sending teams to the various regions for validation. In fact, every constituency, all the 276 constituencies were met, and we validated the album with regards to persons who have forfeited their membership and others, exception of suspension because of the amnesty. We also looked at people who have died and people who have traveled, and we took certain decisions on that. We came back with the album. The National IT Directorate has worked on it, also giving copies to the presidential aspirant. They went through, they raised their reservations. They came back to the National Party headquarters, which is being addressed. Then we went ahead to also come out with a system of checking your name in the album. Then we went ahead to do a physical exhibition for everybody to also check. After the exhibition, the albums have come back. The intra-advisory committee has been meeting to resolve the challenges that have been raised, absence of picture, misspelling of name, and people who were supposed to be out, they are still there. If there is any duplication, all those matters are being looked at by the intra-advisory. Any matter that concerns the elections, be it a region or constituency, must be channeled through your representative at the IPAC for it to be addressed. 5 people on the ballot paper. Now, talking about that, in 2023, there were a lot of things that were said. One, the system was behind one particular person, and that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It led to Honorable Alan Sherman leaving the party with even some members of the party. Now, this particular year, how is the party going to ensure that this is going to be a free, transparent, credible election? Rosalind, from the presentations that I've made, I think the party has laid the background, has been given, I've given everybody, all the presidential aspirants, the free space to campaign. None of the candidates up to today has come out to accuse the Presidential Elections Committee of bias. Nobody. There is no such report.
Not yet.
Nobody. As I'm saying, because...
Not yet.
Because we don't expect it now. You are asking me about what has happened so far up to now, and it has not happened.
But I'm asking, how are you ensuring, because we still have 17 days. Let's not forget, even the day of elections, we saw Kennedy Ejapong say that the system was rigging.
You see, one, we are not using any system of voting besides the physical voting. The people are standing there. They are in the queue voting. How do you rig? If we're using an electronic system to vote, we are not using an electronic system. We are using the physical system. And all of them, today, all of them have the album. All of them, nobody amongst them. All issues that they have raised has been attended to. The election committee is very meticulous on the activity. very professional, very up, very clean, very, they do everything inclusivity. And kudos to them. That is why they are not being able to accuse them. They only talk about us.
So how transparent?
So when they talk about us as national officers, what I do know is that all of us as national officers, including them, has a vote. Okay? What I, as a national officer, is to display a complete sense of independence and also to be fair. But I cannot be neutral. I have a vote. I say it all the time. I cannot be neutral. But I must be fair as a leader.
So who are you voting for?
I'll vote for somebody.
Who?
Certainly.
Mention.
Because the vote is secret.
Okay. Because you're a party executive,
yes,
you don't want us to know who you're voting for.
Yes, but I'm just placing the point that no party executive is neutral. Everybody has a vote. But what it binds us is that we must be fair. And that is why we are being fair in everything that we do. So we have laid the foundation, the ground is there, and everything is set. The Electoral Commission has been given the power for the conduct of the elections by way of ballots and everything. The police service has been given the opportunity to handle the security. No party security is going to be involved.
Okay, that's
no
good.
Party security. No person will have a personal security to do something. No.
That's
good. Is the Ghana Police Service. The venue for the elections has been selected by the Electoral Commission. Did not involve any of us. We have 277 polling centers. All the constituencies has a center, and the national headquarters has a center where I will be voting. So we have 277. Accreditation is going to be very strict. There's not going to be queuing. You come in, you trace your name, you vote, you leave. Voting will start at 7 and close at 2.
What will happen to people that don't find their names in the book?
That is why we have exhibited. They've also brought us their input or their concerns. So certainly on the voting day, I don't think that some of these particular concerns will come. If they come, the Electoral Commission is mandated to deal with those particular matters. In the last elections, when some of us were there, when some of those issues came, we were able to address them by confirming from the other people whether the person is actually the right person or he's not the right person.
Okay, so there's a possibility the person will be able to vote. Because
we are human, maybe some errors may cross some of the lines unchecked.
Okay, so for those who are, you are granting amnesty to, are they still going to get the opportunity to vote?
Yes, those who have been granted amnesty and they were on suspensions, which was not made them to take their names out of the album, they will continue to be delegates and vote.
Okay, yes. That's good. Now, I want us to go into intra-politics. That's very, very concerning because one of your biggest problems for 2024 elections was your intra-politics. It caused voter apathy. And so how are you ensuring that even after this, rivalry will not affect you coming together for election 2028?
Yes, intra-party politics is one of the difficult things to handle because it's among yourselves. You need to be very tactical and very careful about that. The National Party and the National Council of Elders of the party have sat. The Council of Elders have begun to call some of the people to talk to them. There are some measures that have been put, some teams have been put together to handle the after Congress of the elections, and the National Council of Elders are playing a very center stage, which is headed by our very own Dr. Hagman Oso-Agyemang, who is a seasoned politician who has been part of the formative levels of our party, the first treasurer of our party, who has played his role critically well, who is heading the National Council of Elders. We have very eminent people among the Council of Elders of our party who we have a very good trust in them to be able to deal with some of these particular matters. Other individuals have been called upon for us to have a unity talk after the conference. And I believe that the party will be very stronger after this particular conference.
Now, as I said, when we started our conversation, we spoke a bit about, Professor Frimpong-Boateng. It looks like there's a bit, I don't know, but that's what people are saying, okay? There's a bit of a perception that there is no unity in the party.
Yes, it's good it's a perception. because it is very difficult.
A perception can affect you.
It's very good. That's why I'm saying it's a perception.
Yeah.
So when there's a perception, you also look at how you remedy some of those particular perceptions.
So how are you going to do it?
What we are doing is that some of those particular issues, when we hear that somebody has a certain dissenting view that has not degenerated into a negative reproduction, then what we do is that we call on leadership visits. The acting national chairman has made several visits like that, and our very own chairman, Stephen Intim, has visited many other people in terms of that. One of which is the John Kume's place, the person that contested us as independent. It took our chairman to go and visit and get him back onto the party. So people will certainly have differences. And you know, when you are in power, you have two parties. One is about your governance, and then the other is within the party structure. So now that we are not in power, we have one party to deal with, and the party is strategically looking at how to deal with that particular and remedy it to reduce it to the barest minimum.
So on this note, will there be stricter enforcement on people that actually, you know, after the whole thing, they come out and speak negative about the party?
Whoever crossed the line after the elections, which deems...
even if the person is a candidate on the ballot sheet?
Nobody's above the law, not even me, not the national chairman, not the general secretary. Nobody's above the law. Our party's law is not like Ghana's law, where we would have an animal farm judge, that nobody is equal to the law. The others are more important than the others. But that's not what the national constitution said. But we have seen in recent times that a judge will say that in animal farm, no, not all the animals are equal. But the national constitution says we are equal. When the person even has to retire on his age, has to be given appointment again, and he's hidden at North East as the High Court judge.
Haruna. Really?
Yeah, he's there. He's the High Court judge in North East.
So your party won't do that?
No.
As for your party, you make sure that
everybody is equal before them.
Everybody is equal before
Remember,
them.
in our party, national chairman was suspended, general secretary was suspended.
We've seen it happen.
So if you are a candidate, then you are, because the national party is the biggest. You remember, the national chairman is the leader of the party. If he can be suspended, who is an aspirant?
How peaceful will this election be?
Very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. The police has continued to brief the elections committee. The election committee also briefs the national party with regards to all the security arrangement. What we want to do is that we want to urge the members of the party that after elections, we need the party. We don't need individuals. We have a party to manage after the elections. So we should be careful about our commentaries. We should be careful about our actions and inactions. That is what we must all focus on. So that after the elections, you will feel free to walk to your fellow other contender and talk to the person. Your other supporter, you'll be free to go to the person. That is what we want everybody to know, that there is only one party, which is the New Patriotic Party. After the elections, that is the party we are going to market with the elephant as the symbol.
Some people are of the thoughts or opinion that the party leadership has been slow in actually solving some internal disputes.
It is a procedure, maybe, or the approach. There are some of the approaches that you do that people would not see. It's not everything that you do, you have to throw sunshine on it. So maybe they haven't seen what we have done with regards to how we address those particular matters. So, but we are on the grounds. We are doing a lot of things. We have 276 constituencies, and we have representatives in those constituencies. Even in the polling stations, we have party executives. They are not delegates. They are party executives. The polling station people that are there are executives. They are supposed to handle internal matters. The electoral coordinator is supposed to handle internal matters. The constituency executives are supposed to handle internal matters. The regional is supposed to handle the external as well as the national. It's not only the national party that is supposed to handle internal matters. When it is beyond their reach, then they invite in the next in hierarchy to deal with those particular matters. So we are on, we'll be moving. As I sit here, the next moment you call me tomorrow, I'll be in Ejura. Okay. The next moment, the next day you call me, I'll be in Myang constituency.
Okay.
And the next moment you will call me, perhaps I'll be in a huffle. That is my actual journey that I've just given you.
Okay.
Why am I moving? I'm moving because I'm a party officer. If I become a former Deputy General Secretary, I will move. I'll find my seat and contribute my little quota to the party again. If the party deems that I come back, then the party will give my boss the mandate again.
The party has, the supporters of these candidates, they fire shots at each other. So many shots. The kind of things that have been said. My goodness. Heartbreaking. Some people have even received threats because of some of the things they've said against other candidates. Now, that is a big problem. How are you going to foster unity after the elections?
We continue to engage them. You know, my boss has been giving more shots than that. Today, he's Baumia. Tomorrow, he's Kennedy. Tomorrow next, he's Brian. The next day, he's Edichum. The next moment, he's Kwabna Japan. So that is how he's been.
Which of your bosses did they say that to?
I have only one boss. Only one boss. The Okunkom of our time.
Okay.
Lawyer Justin Kodia Frimpong.
And they say he's
all the time he accused, all the aspirants accuse him.
Okay.
All of them. Every day he's here. The next day he's here. The next time, that tells you how fair my boss is. Because they would have aligned him to only one person. But every day, when he does something, then people will come. If it is their supporter, they will come against him. If he does it against somebody, they will also come against him. And all of them, when they come, they will say he belongs to this camp. And that is how a leader is supposed to be. It means that he's been fair. So it is there. They have been throwing jabs. Some of them, when they do, we go secretly behind to talk to them. So we invite them. Sometimes the Council of Elders will go. And the Council of Hackman is doing very well. Very, very well. He and his team, they are doing very well. So
somebody like Adjoa Safo, Honorable Adjoa Safo, who spoke about, Kennedy and why people should not vote for Kennedy Japan and all of that. You've spoken to her about it?
Yes, the Constituency Council of Elders, in the beginning when we were taking the sanctions, took the opportunity to
speak to her. Okay.
Yes, many other party bigwigs took the opportunity to speak to her. So for the speeches that people give or the talks that people give in terms of to get leverage for their candidate, sometimes some of them fail to censor them in terms of the manner in which it's being said. So what we encourage them is that focus on why your candidate should win.
Okay.
Why they should vote for your candidate. And in every elections, you would also look at the external and internal factors. You look at the SWOT analysis, which also the strengths and weaknesses, which we look at as the internal matters, and then the external factors as the threats. So these are some of the things that they should look at. And when you are doing so, you should be mindful of matters that will attack the personal integrity of certain individuals. You don't do that. You don't attack the person. Let your message be very clear of how the strength of your candidate. So if you go and you are even putting together the weakness of the other candidate, you are helping him to work on the weakness so that it becomes an opportunity for him. So you don't expose or even help to rebuild somebody's campaign. What you do is that when you are in the boxing ring and you realize that the left arm is where the pain is, you continue to hit there. You don't tell the other boxer that your left, there's a wound there. The person will certainly have to cover the place. So what you have to do is to concentrate on getting your message, what is sellable, so that you'll be able to get the people to vote for your candidate.
Ghana politics, delegates, they always say that it's cocoa season. It's time for them to cash out. Money is the center of every election, especially internal elections. Now, talking about this, how are you going to make sure that this is out of place and also the election is going to be free and fair and devoid of this money? Because the money is usually the decider.
Rosalind, these are the rules we have done for the elections, and the elections committee have done so. There are about 50 rules. What you have mentioned is in there. Here is the signatures of all the candidates they have signed to. And this rules is going to be applicable on election day.
So, money. Tell me what the money says in the rule.
Nobody is supposed to buy a candidate. Money sharing is not allowed. So if such a matter comes up, The police...
Can I see where it's written?
It's very big, voluminous. It will take me time to point to that, but I've read through all the...
Can I see?
All the 50 guidelines that have been put. There is no camping. You cannot camp. You cannot campaign on the election day. You cannot...
You can remember the campaign, but you can't remember where the money is?
Even the campaign, I don't know the number that it is. Yes, so I'm just refreshing what I have read in the guideline, which is signed by all the candidates. All of them has been given copies of this. They've signed onto that. In fact, 3 of them signed personally, and 2 of them, they signed on their behalf. And this is a working document for the party as we go. Every rule that is supposed to be applied in this particular election is captured, and there are about 50 of them, which includes the distribution of money.
Okay. I'm still trying to find it, even though I haven't found it. I'll try and see if it's in there, because I've managed to get to 20 and I still haven't found anything to do with money as of 20. So from 20, I'm still going. It's still about delegates, agents, delegates. Nothing in here saying that do not give money. And if you so if they give money, if they give money, but you are the Deputy General Secretary, how are you now going through this?
No, but you said you are not finding it.
No, you should
read
know.
It and it's there.
It's there.
Yeah,
so okay.
Money now, issues are there.
Okay, so what will happen if somebody actually gives money to delegates? What happens to the person?
The police will walk straight to, it's a criminal matter. So the police will seize the opportunity to take the matter up.
What about the party? What will the party do to that person, individual?
The police will bring that matter to the attention of the party.
And what will the party do?
The party will allow the police to do a thorough investigation on that and then lead a prosecution on that.
So the party will not do anything?
The party is not a prosecuting body.
Okay. So then it's not here.
The party...
Because if they signed it, then the party will have the power to do something to that individual.
When there's a criminal matter...
The party can actually go ahead and say that we will actually prosecute you. The party can say, we'll expel you, we'll suspend you because you did ABCD, because you flouted this that you signed. But if it's not in there, then you can't do anything to the person. All you have to do is hand over the person or that individual to the police.
The sanction as to when somebody is found to be giving money, the person might have a different explanation. And that's why the police will have to institute their prosecutorial powers. And when the police would proceed on that, what the party can only do is to support the police to be able to get to the bottom of the matter. After the investigations and prosecution is being done, then the party will be given a report, or if there is a sanction within the remits of the Ghanaian law, then the party will now look at the sanction and apply appropriate sanctions by the constitution of the party. Okay.
Now, let me go with this one. This one is very important to me. It's all about after the elections. Now, after the elections, you all have to come together to vote or to support that candidate that has been elected as a flag bearer of the party. Now, the aspirants that do not make it, will they be committed to make their pronouncement publicly to support that candidate?
Even at the time of the application to become a candidate or presidential candidate of the party, they've signed undertaking that should in case they don't win, they will come on board to support. It is part of that thing that all of them have signed. After the elections, I've told you, there is a team that is supposed to do the after-election reconciliation.
Okay.
And the last time after the elections were done, I can remember that the one that was elected took the opportunity to visit all the candidates at their various homes, and that was Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He went and visited them. I don't think that anybody that will be elected also apart from that particular procedure. I believe that the unity of the party, the getting all of them together to fight on the cause of the party will be a very paramount issue for the party, and the party leadership will take it upon themselves to ensure that such thing is done. The very day we finished the elections, that was the very day we went to the Accra Sports Stadium, the Ohenijan Sports Stadium, to have the after-election speech that was delivered. And you know, all the aspirants were present. All of them, those who contested with Dr. Baumia, were all present at Ohenijan Stadium when the victory speech was being read, and all of them were given the opportunity. I think that the NPP will continue to remain the beacon of democracy in Africa and also Ghana. We have set the pace. We have made sure that even at the independence of our country, we have contributed so much to be able to identify a young man in Nkrumah, to go and bring him, and certainly to get an independent soon at the time because of what he stood for. So for us in power or in opposition, we'll continue to contribute positively to the development of Ghana as a country.
All right, so that's a great one. So as a party, this is what they say they will do.
So our party is something that all of us knows that we are the better alternative when it comes to political governance in Ghana. If you look at 1992 to date, what we have done, the policies that we have put through, all the policies that we have put through has been policies that affect the positive aspect of the Ghanaian citizens. The mortality rate of our policies has been very, very good. All our policies that we have put through, you can still make traces and the impact that they are creating to the good people of Ghana.
Haruna, my final question to you after 31st is actually, the beginning, just the beginning. After 31st, how does the party plan to reposition itself to grab power in 2028 elections?
After 31st, the party will be going into internal elections. We'll be having the polling station elections. We'll be having the electoral area elections. We'll be having the constituency elections. We'll have the regional elections, external elections, and the national elections. So these are some of the processes that we are taking. Going forward to 2028, we'll have new crop of leaders. Either the current ones, some of them will be maintained, or all will go, or all will remain, depending on the decision of party leadership at the various hierarchies who will be taking the decisions. So those particular leadership will be taking the party to the elections. But for us as a party, we have a mandate that will expire this year, and we'll make sure that we'll get all these structures put in place. If we still have the opportunity to remain, we'll continue with the leadership that will be coming in to ensure that the right person who will be elected on 31st will become the president of the Republic of Ghana. So we cannot belabor the point that we need to get all the right structures in place to be able to annex power from the NDC. So we are working on, and every processes will start immediately after the 31st. I think that the timetable for the national elections will also be out, and will kickstart all the processes, whilst the flag bearer also moves around to ensure that he's able to garner the needed resources and also put the message in, and then we'll put the manifesto and all those things together to get it saleable to all the civil society, the media, and the Ghanaian citizens.
Haruna Mohammed, thank you so much for being here. We're super grateful. And do have a wonderful day. And on the 31st of January 2026, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much, Rosalind. Most grateful for this particular opportunity and gesture. I thank Multimedia for this opportunity.
You're welcome. All right, so that's it for those of you who are going to be voting on the 31st. When you go and vote right. And please, peace must prevail. So vote, go home, wait for the counting to begin, and hopefully your candidate will become the next flag bearer of the NPP. This is all time will permit us for today's show. My name is Rosalind Fairley. I've been doing this with K to the M to the J. Enjoy the rest of your day, but don't forget that today at exactly 1 p.m., we come your way with changes. So make sure you stay glued to your television set for that as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.